guys, welcome to this new video. Today we are going to talk about ReplicaSet in our Kubernetes for Beginners series. So what is a Kubernetes ReplicaSet? So Kubernetes has a technology called ReplicaSet. That is just the Kubernetes API result that makes sure that a specific number of pods run at any given point of time. Wow, that's really beautiful. So Kubernetes ReplicaSet in simple word, make sure that a specific number of pods run at any given point of time. As you guys can see here, we set the number of ReplicaSet to be 3 here, meaning that when we deploy an application and we set this number of ReplicaSet on that application to become 3, Kubernetes will make sure that the specific number, like any given point of time, we have 3 pods running. What does it mean? It means that if one pod dies, Kubernetes will automatically recreate that pod because we have 3 pods. If by mistake, if something happened, one pod die, Kubernetes will create that pod. Meaning Kubernetes will always make sure that we have 3 pods, right? That's really beautiful. That makes sure that our application stays highly available. So that's one of the technology that Kubernetes use to make sure that our application stays highly available by setting this number of replica. So if you set, for example, your number of replica to 1, if that pod die, Kubernetes will create that automatically. That is why Kubernetes is so beautiful, Kubernetes is so powerful. So let's go to the terminal and try to test this. Let's go to the terminal and try to see how Kubernetes will use the replica technology to make sure that 3 pods are always running all the time for this specific case, for example, right? So I have here a deployment file, which I set 3 replica. Then I have here a ReplicaSet file, calling that with 3 replica. So I will go ahead and deploy this. Let's vim into a file and add this. So let's apply that kubectl. Apply, call our file. It's not going to work because we didn't put -f. Good. As you guys can see, it was created. Now, if I say, you can say kubectl get ReplicaSet, or you can say kubectl get rs. If I say kubectl get rs, kubectl, I don't know why for some reason I always type k, get ReplicaSet, it's going to tell you that we just launched ReplicaSet now. So we have this called my deployment ReplicaSet. This is coming from deployment, but we also have this 3 ReplicaSet tied to that, right? This is coming from the deployment, but the ReplicaSet that we launch, for example, is this one. Now, if I say kubectl get port, right? Let's set an alias k equal kubectl. So I say kubectl get port. As you guys can see, I have the port here, but something is going on with my port. It looks like the image is not correct, right? It looks like the image is not actually correct on the ReplicaSet. So let me go ahead and say kubectl delete -f. I'm going to delete that file. We'll delete everything. So let's come down here and put nginx. Let's put nginx here, and we can just take this file instead so that it doesn't give us 2. So I'm going to vim again into my file, and I can remove all this. The image was not set earlier. Now we have set our image to nginx. This time around, it's going to work. So let's go ahead and record our command to apply this. Now, if I type kubectl get ReplicaSet, I'm going to get the app 3 ReplicaSet. If I say kubectl get port, now as you guys can see, I have 3 pods controlled by that ReplicaSet, right? I have 3 pods that is controlled by that ReplicaSet. What if I try to delete one of the pods? If I say kubectl delete port, let's delete this port here, the 9pg port, the last port here. Let's delete that. When I click delete, Kubernetes will hold the prompt for me and recreate another one. Because what happened? So Kubernetes actually deleted this port. Now, if I type kubectl get port, you still see 3 ports. As you guys can see, the age of this port is 6 seconds, meaning that although I asked to delete this port, Kubernetes automatically recreate this port. Why Kubernetes recreating this port? Because I set the number of replicas to 3, right? I set the number of replicas, I set the number of replicas set to 3. So the ReplicaSet is a technology that Kubernetes use to make sure that a specific number of ports run at any given point of time. If I say kubectl delete port, let's try to delete 2 ports at the same time. So let's delete this port and this port here. So we deleted the LL port and the VR port. So let's delete that. But if I type kubectl get port, you still see 3 ports. As you guys can see, you have 2 ports that was created 4 seconds ago. So with this technology, Kubernetes will make sure that a specific number of ports run at any given point of time. So like we mentioned earlier, ReplicaSet is just a technology that Kubernetes use to make sure that a specific number of ports run at any given point of time, right? It is just a technology that Kubernetes use to make sure a specific number of ports run at any given point of time. I hope you like this video. See you guys on the next video. Thank you.